Good afternoon, my name is Jay and I'm here with...
Toby.
And I'm Will.
We're Every Hell.
And this is Amped.
This is Amped.
So, for people who have never heard of you, never heard of your music, how would you, in your own words, describe yourself?
We were just talking about this. We were just saying, I find it kind of hard. I've loads of mates asking me, like, what do you guys sound like? And it's like, I don't know. It's kind of post-hardcore-y, but there's like a bit of Queens of Stone Age in there, a bit of Death from Above, a bit of Mastodon. It's just like a big mix and range of things.
Yeah.
Licorice sorts, kind of.
Yeah. But like, we try and do hooks that it's like hooky, sort of leaning into catchy poppy, but not like emo poppy, more like Queens of the Stone Age, Death from Above poppy, but with big riffs.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so it's the 10th birthday of ArcTanGent this year.
It is. Yeah.
How does it feel to you guys to be invited?
I mean, he's been here since day one.
Yeah, day one. Back in 2013. My other band's Memory of Elephants. We were the first band to ever play the festival, actually. So,
whoa!
First note that ever rang at ArcTanGent was me.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just amazing the fact that 10 years on and we're still going. It's pretty much stronger than ever. You know, it's just seeing the way the festival has grown and evolved is kind of unbelievable. It's just the best place on earth. I love it, and it's just great to be here again.
And it's the biggest. It's 15,000 this year. It's crazy. 15.
It was 10.
That's what James said on. That's what James said on Six Music.
Wow.
Yeah, 15,000 this year.
Jeez.
Which is funny because last year when we were really battered backstage, I was like, dude, you just got to expand and make it even bigger, get even more tickets, get even bigger. And he was like, nope, I'm really happy with it staying a small festival. So,
Now, you guys have just brought out a new video, which is very cool.
Thank you.
A little bit about it, where the inspiration came from.
So I do the AI stuff, and I'm not sure how we really got started on it. All I can say is that the journey with it started with our other band, Skin Failure, because with our first album, there was a whole story that we wrote together that kind of followed along the music. And then I was like, wow, this AI stuff is pretty cool. And this is really early. This is like 3 or 4 years ago now. And I was like, I'm going to make a comic book. And I'm going to just make it, and never thought anything of it. And then we signed to a really, really cool label called Small Pond. And then they said, hey, we're actually going to make physical copies of your comic book, which was just a dream. And then fast forward, 2.5 years later, and I've been making loads of image stuff and still just tacking away at it. And then I saw this amazing thing online called Dead Inspirations, I think, or Dead Improvisations. And they just make these like dreamscape, like horror.
Oh yeah, I know,
And really, they're just like absolutely amazing, really grim, like. But they're all like sort of short clips that are sort of 6 or 7 seconds. And I was instantly like, okay, the technology is there now for me to turn my crazy, weird ideas, like all my visual ideas, and make them into photographic kind of weird things. And then I started that about 1.5 years ago, jumped to now, and somehow we were just all chatting loads about like really screwed up kind of along that same line, like of just photorealistic weird stuff. And I started making a video in December for one of the tracks that's not coming out for a while actually, and then just started jamming out some ideas, and the guys really liked these weird animals that I started doing, and then I think Andrew was like, why don't we do like for this release just like an animal for each track, and then we'll give you some ideas. And then that's kind of the whole. That's how it started. And then so the first one was pigs. So I just had the idea of a pig and a wasp like combining, but because it's so if you check out that first video, it's really disturbing, and but I just put them in different locations that seem kind of right, but it's all kind of photo realistic, and it looks like something from a Tool video or it's that kind of mid-90s CGI thing that some of it already has dated, but I think what I really like about it is that it gets it wrong and it just looks really messed up. So I'm not trying to make it look like, as an artist or whatever, which I don't call myself within this thing, it's like I just love the process and I love the things that it comes up with in the end, and these guys do too as well. This thing of like, how much can I gross people out with what I've made?
Nice.
It was just like, can you imagine a chicken with teeth?
Yeah.
I'll make one now.
Yeah.
So it was like, fucking hell, that's weird.
Oh.
Really weird.
So that's, and then this one was chickens, and then I was like, just went down a whole wormhole of like making the most disturbing looking chickens I possibly could. And then Goz had an idea, so that then the EP, the single cover, which is a chicken eating one of its own eggs.
I mean, they do.
Which is just disgusting.
Really?
They do, but it's so rank.
That's
It's
dark.
so rank.
That's dark.
But I just thought like the image of it being cooked up and like handed it to on a plate with a fork was really disturbing. So
special man, this one.
yeah.
He's a
So
special
that's
man.
and the same thing with the pig sat in front of a massive plate of roast pork in the Reverie video. It's just funny, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So that's that's the tax, and there'll be lots more of that to come, because I just love it, and we've got a really nice thing now where I send stuff over and the guys are like, no. That's not right.
Bring you in a little bit.
Yeah.
I physically cannot look at that, mate. That's
Yeah. And then sometimes with like Mark then takes it, so for the t-shirt designs, and then I'll make like 3 different images, and then he'll hand draw bits of the image and then kind of put his own twist on it. And so, because he's actually a real artist, so we've got a really nice kind of mix with those two.
Oh, brilliant. So what do you think, what's the reception to it being like from a crowd perspective?
Live, brilliant. Like
early days. It only
good.
came out 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Still early days. And obviously we're in a field with no signal. No phone signal. Can't really check on it.
Yeah.
So we'll find out on Monday, I reckon. But it's alright. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's just difficult to get through to people with the algorithm these days. It's really tough.
It's tricky playing that game now. It's like a whole new job you have to do as a band.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't just write riffs anymore. Like
I think until we're a bit bigger, like by just going and doing more of this, going and doing festivals, kind of just shouting about it, and you know, it's just going to take a while, but that's fine, because we're here to write the music and play the shows. Really, all the other stuff in between is just it's part of it, you know.
Nice, great. I've got some quick fire questions.
Awesome.
So
Great.
I'll go down if it loads. Right, okay. What was the first album each of you remember buying?
Album.
No shame, by the way.
I mean, All Killer No Filler, Sum 41.
Okay.
That's the first album I bought, but I remember the first CDs I bought, singles. It Wasn't Me by Shaggy and Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus. I bought them at the same time from Woolworths, poundage. And I got home and my mum was like, it's got a parental guidance sticker on it. I don't think you're supposed to do that. I was like, yeah. Yeah.
I think the first album I bought was Marilyn Manson, Hollywood, which is just so many bangers on it. It's got like The Beautiful People, Fight Song. I was a big Marilyn Manson fan.
Never ever got into him.
Really? I mean, it's fair enough. I saw him 3 years ago at Download, 4 years ago, longer. Terrible. Wasn't good. Really wasn't good. His band looked really depressed and like sad, so that's fair enough. But yeah, I think that was my first album. I think that was the first one.
Brilliant. What song is your guilty pleasure of any genre? And again, there is no judgment.
I don't have guilty pleasures. I only have pleasures.
Good for you.
One of my favourite songs in the entire world is "Everybody Wants to Rule the World" by Tears
It's
for
a banger.
Fears.
It's a banger.
Some people say that's a guilty pleasure. I just think
No,
it's just a pleasure. It's great.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's really tough. I'd probably say no. This is weird. Like, no, I'm not going to go for that one.
He's going to say some like really obscure jazz record. No, I don't know. Is that better?
80s,
oh,
70s
okay.
jazz.
Oh, actually, okay. So like, I really like the Squid Pisser record, and they're playing here at the moment.
playing today?
And they're playing today.
They're playing today.
Yeah.
Definitely gotta watch.
3:30, I think.
Something like that. We have to go and see it.
Yeah.
Right, off the back of that, if you could collab with anyone in your serious lineup, who would it be?
Oh, Meshuggah? That'll be random. Shadow do, daddle do.
Mate, sax over a Meshuggah song would be amazing, right?
I mean, guys, if you're listening, I'm available.
I'd really like to work with our mates band Peach. They're amazing, and I think that would work as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I love
Kinda-
the variations people are coming up with to pronounce.
Wait a minute, don't you already work with Ellie?
Yeah, I'm in a band with them. But like them as a band, and us as a band.
Yeah,
together,
that's
that'd be
really cool.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Who else?
Ken Mode.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just so into Ken Mode.
They're actually clashing with Peach on Saturday.
Yeah.
Brutal.
I'm trying to think. Delta Sleep would be interesting. I mean, they're like great mates. And I've been in a band with Blake, the drummer, before, so maybe that doesn't count. But I think that'll make some pretty interesting music. Those guys have got their which you're quite good at too.
Just like that. Just like
That's
that.
fine. Completely unrelated bonus question.
Yes.
Yeah.
You may be judged on this one.
Okay.
Favourite video games, each of you?
Oh, easy, mate. Dark Souls.
Strong.
No, Bloodborne. That is the best video game ever made. Sunk a lot of
What
my
is this
time
like
into that.
of all time or like now? Oh, okay. I mean, I'm going to do a podcast about this in a few weeks. So this is a spoiler for that, but Final Fantasy VII. I've never, nothing. Only a couple of other games came close to how deep I was into that story.
Keep going. What couple of games?
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunts. Like,
I actually think The Witcher 2 was much better.
it was a very good game.
That's just me.
I played.
Yeah, love those games. Love those games.
2/3 of 2, but 3 when spoiler alert. If you haven't played Witcher 3, turn it off now.
It's been out for years,
It's
mate.
been out
If
for
you haven't
years.
played it now, come on.
When they find Ciri and she has no soul, I wept. And then when they call the spirit back, they do some magic and she comes back. I just sobbed.
Yeah, I cried.
I was
playing
so. And then Vasimir, like after that as well, I cried.
Oh, mate.
Like there was such great character development. The acting was fantastic.
The music in it as well was like incredible.
Yeah.
It's just great game.
And all the like politics in it of like all the different races and like it's like racism in a computer game, but like through elves and humans and like it's so dense. Well
Very
thought
good
through.
game. Very good game.